Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former Milwaukee Bucks guard Patrick Beverley reacts to viral NBA Summer League dunk. The Heat recently faced the Dallas Mavericks, resulting in a hard-fought victory for them in Summer League. Despite the Mavs taking an early lead in the first quarter, Miami responded with determination, outscoring Dallas to gain a 4-point advantage by halftime. Rookie big man Kal-El led the scoring for the Heat, delivering an impressive performance with 24 points and 10 rebounds. Pelle Larsson contributed with 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, while Isaiah Stevens added 12 points and 8 assists. Notably, A.J. Lawson and Jayson Gortman stood out for the Mavericks, with Lawson recording a team-high 22 points and Gortman providing 19 points and 3 assists. Looking ahead, both teams will continue their Summer League journey. The Mavericks are set to face the Boston Celtics, while the Miami Heat will take on the Toronto Raptors in their upcoming games. Although Ware was Miami's main man during the match, Williams stole the show when he went up for a massive dunk in the fourth quarter. This prompted Beverley to share the video on his official X account and react to the viral moment. Williams played college basketball for the Triton Trojans, the Oklahoma Sooners, and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. After going undrafted in 2022, he then had stints with the Brooklyn Nets, Long Island Nets, Sioux Falls Skyforce, and Miami Heat. It remains to be seen whether Williams' viral moment can translate to a contract with the Heat or any other team in the league, including the Milwaukee Bucks. In any case, getting the attention of a player like Beverley will only mean the young guard is doing the right thing. Key Heat veteran warns of unfinished business after previously taking less to return. It was a reunion last season for star Josh Richardson and the Miami Heat that had to unfortunately be cut short as he suffered from a season-ending shoulder injury on February 11 against the Boston Celtics. Having originally played for the Heat for his first 4 seasons in the NBA, he came back on a 2-year minimum deal in 2023 after shuffling through multiple teams, but he is now preparing for a bounce-back season. Just recently, Richardson had the choice to opt out of his contract due to a player option, but decided to accept the $3 million and stay with the Heat. Having played 43 games last season in his first year back in Miami after 4 seasons away, he believes there is some unfinished business according to Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. "I think that there's kind of some unfinished business from last year for myself," Richardson said. "Being able to see how long that form lasts that I was finding." In terms of a timeline in recovering from his shoulder injury, he started shooting the basketball July 2 for the first time since the issue happened in February. He said that he has never gone through anything this serious as Richardson was in Las Vegas to watch the Heat Summer League team and work out with trainers and coaches via the Miami Herald. "I've never gone through anything this serious," Richardson said. "So it sucks to have to sit down for 4 months and not be able to do a whole lot. But it's baby steps, trying to pace myself and not to get too ahead of myself or down. Because I can't wake up one day and be able to do everything again. But I'm excited to be on the road back." As Miami fans will ask about a timetable, there is not one at the current moment where the goal for the 30-year-old shooting guard and the team is that he is ready to go by training camp, which starts up in October. Still, that is up in the air as they would rather not want to rush the injury back as they can at least have Richardson for most of the preseason and eventually the start of the upcoming season. "I've had 3 days on the court now," Richardson said of his workouts to get back on track for the upcoming Heat season. "I'm shooting like mid-ranges. That's the farthest I can shoot. I'm shooting little floaters here and there, but I can't shoot threes yet. But it's good for me because I can kind of break my shot down and work it back up from the bones." Last season, he averaged 9.9 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game while shooting 44.4% from the field and 34.7% from beyond the arc. It was more unfortunate how Richardson was gaining more confidence up until the injury, as in the last 6 games before February 11, he was averaging just over 13 points per game, 4.2 rebounds and 2 assists per game. This was while shooting 50.9% from the field and 42.9% from deep, including a 24-point performance in the win against the Sacramento Kings on January 31. "I feel like every year when I play here, even the first time, I start playing my best basketball the back half of the season," Richardson said. "I feel like that was just what was happening, and it's unfortunate that it got cut short like that." Richardson was a staple to Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra's rotation, as the two have the obvious familiarity, as said before, when he was drafted with the 40th overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft coming out of the University of Tennessee. He was also just a fragment of the injuries Miami suffered from last season, where players such as Jimmy Butler, Terry Rozier, Tyler Herro, and others missed a significant amount of time, halting the potential that Richardson believes they have. "It sucks because you know the potential that we had," Richardson said. "We were like, 3 games out of the number 4 seed? I mean, it's like down the stretch when your rotation guys and best player gets hurt, it's like what could have been." Miami Heat's 3 most likely trade candidates. Just 1 year after a historic playoff run that culminated in losing in the NBA Finals to the Denver Nuggets, the Miami Heat are stuck in the dreaded purgatory of NBA mediocrity. The 2023-24 season was a lost cause in South Beach, as injuries, inconsistent effort and a roster relatively devoid of talent could only muster 46 wins and the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Heat season then ended in a first-round playoff loss to the eventual champion Boston Celtics. That 5-game drubbing by Boston was emblematic of how Miami has fallen so far in the NBA hierarchy in just a year, as their talent level was severely outclassed by a Celtics team that they beat in an iconic conference finals battle the prior season. The Heat took advantage of a down 2022-23 campaign for the league as a whole, but several teams have made huge improvements, and now Miami is battling for position in the middle of the NBA. Heat fans may blame their flameout on Jimmy Butler's injury, but the reality is that they have been a mediocre regular season team for years and rely on Butler to carry inadequate rosters to deep playoff runs. With Butler turning 35 before opening night this season and his unreliable health, Miami must admit to itself that the run is over unless the franchise makes a significant trade. Whether the Heat take a swing towards contention or enter a rebuild, here are the 3 players likely to be traded. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.